hope of converting it into a church and community centre. But after collecting the keys, they had a terrible shock. Well, over the weekend, Ella Candy from the church told Monica Winfield what happened next.
Before the exchange, everything was intact. And then I think a couple of days after the exchange, one of our young lads was coming from Lancaster Boys School. I said, oh, people started working in the building already. And then we rushed to the building only to find out they'd taken the copper pipes, cut all the electric wires. And I think they got in twice on 2 occasions. So it was a bit saddening for us because it was kind of a ready-to-use building. They ripped all the walls, every known wire you can think of.
Such a shame, isn't it? Well, we thought we'd take a closer look at this damage that the vandals have done. So we've sent BBC Radio Leicester's Helen McCarthy there this morning. Hello, Helen.
Good morning, Jo. Yes, I'm standing outside the building. There's a big stone on the front that says Ayleston and District Working Men's Club and Institute, built in 1901. It's a beautiful early Edwardian building with ornate cornices and bay windows looking out over Ayleston Leisure Centre and Ayleston Park here. Now, if I go inside the building, it's a bit more of a building site. Go through some lovely front doors here, panelled walls all around the hallway here. But I can see big holes in this panelling, which I presume is where there were lights and various things that have been ripped away. I did have a little look earlier, and there are toilets which have been stripped of the actual toilet and the actual pipes and the lead around it. All over, in fact, there are just holes left in spaces which would have held some of the history of this building. There's a lovely metal board here that's got lots of keys that I presumed opened various rooms around the building. Now, this has been a shock to the Emmanuel Apostolic Church, and with me is Bishop Mark and Ella Candy. Bishop Mark, what did you think when you bought the building and walked in here?
It was a lovely old building. A place that we're looking forward to come and have church, and the community can come and enjoy themselves with some lovely sick. But somebody break in and destroy some of that and delay it a bit. Yeah.
Tell me about this particular hole as we walk in here. Tell us what was here.
There was a plug here, old-fashioned looking. So the people came in and take the copper wire out. They dig out some of them, some of the things that were old. There was some telephone here that was old-fashioned, and they took those as well. As you can see, even these, they cut off these.
That's the fire alarm?
Yeah, they cut them all off. So it costs a lot more to restore.
About how much do you think it will cost you?
We project for about 400,000 to complete the repair of this place. Yeah, could be a little more, but that's where we set it.
Is that 400,000 more than it would have cost, or is that the overall cost? Or how much more would it cost? I mean, for example...
You mean for the damage that was done to the building?
Yeah.
The roof cost us about, which we didn't have to touch of such, it cost us 18,000 around about to repair the roof. Yeah, and we're going to have to put back all the toilets that they destroy and damage. So I'm not so sure about how much plumbing side will cost us to restore the toilets that they damage and the sinks.
What about 18,000 extra for the roof? Is that because they stole all the lead?
Yeah, they take the lead off, so they didn't just take it, they ripped it. So in ripping it off, it damaged a lot of the tile. So putting back the lead, we had was to buy the tile as well, and some of them are whole, the whole tile, so they are expensive. Yeah, so we had was to buy thousands of them to put back to replace.
How do you feel?
In life, you win some and you lose some. Disappointed and maybe distorted, but life goes on.
Wow, that's an amazing attitude, isn't it? Okay, there's a few other people here. Let's speak to who's the councillor for Ayleston Ward. What do you think about this?
I think it's terribly sad. This is a building that's had so much life in '01 for people to come and dance and celebrate. And here we were, and to listen to comedians. And here we had, and all the sorts of things you expect a working men's club to do. And here we had a group coming in to give new life to an old building that's been underused and unused for a long time. And I just think it's incredibly sad. It's what I'd call a heritage crime. As Leicester City's heritage champion, this is something I'm aware that happens more often than we might think in cities, as well as out in the country, to churches out in the rural areas of the city. And so to see kind of lead theft and metal theft from buildings like this is it's almost an industry that we're fighting against, and it's terribly sad to see people who are trying to be positive with our community have something negative happen to them, because this is something that will be a real asset to the community of Ayleston Ward and beyond, onto the Saffron Lane estate and for the city.
Well, as you say that, let's walk down to the big hall, because it may look quite like a building site, and it is very sad to see a lot of the historical features that have gone. But if you walk into the back, there is this wonderful, what must have been a former dance hall, big, light, airy room that will be, I guess, the main part of the church. Yeah. How are you feeling about how it's going to look?
Exciting. I think it come a long way. Some of the things that we had was to do, because it's a place, it was not insulated, it was just a double 9 inches brick wall. So we had was to strip it down to the brick, because a lot of it was, I don't think it was well taken care of anyway. So we strip it down to the brick and put membrane on it and insulate it.
When do you expect to open?
It was supposed to be, and it is supposed to be, summer next year, August time, roundabout. So we'll see how it goes.
Right, we'll have to come back and visit you in summer next year. Put the pressure on there. We'll have to get it open, come back and see this building when it is fully repaired. They're obviously doing a great job with trying to repair it, but just so sad that some of those historical features are gone forever.
It's a real shame, isn't it? Thank you, Helen. That was Helen McCarthy reporting there. And Wes will update you on the progress and see if they manage to get past this rather large hiccup as they take over at that building.
It's 8:47. The headlines: fire crews have been dealing with a huge